All right, what up, Who That Nation? This is No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'm your host, Marley G. And I guess it's time to go ahead on and get into this Saints Lions matchup on Sunday. Well, some of you may know my birthday is actually tomorrow. And the best gift for me was to wake up to that breaking news reporting that Dennis Allen has been relieved of his duties and fired as Saints head coach. I wanted a Saints blowout where the players basically check out, give up, and have no signs of life for Dennis Allen. Because I feel like in order for this team to move forward and have success, we need to be off with the head. And the head is Dennis Allen. And the only way for that to happen is for the players to check out, we to continue losing, and just lose in brutal fashion. To the point Mickey have no choice but to go head on and just fire Dennis Allen. And if Mickey can't do it, Gail can step in and do it. That didn't happen today. The Saints, they were down 21 zip in Madden turns consolation. But they fought and they came back and they lost by what? 5 points, 28-33 or something like that. I can't even remember. All I know is this team under Dennis Allen ain't winning jack. I put a tweet up and said, under Dennis Allen, we ain't winning jack even if we had Patrick Mahomes. And what I mean by that is, yes, Patrick Mahomes is elite. He was one of the best quarterbacks ever. But when it comes to preparation for a team, rattling a team up, getting them riled up, being a motivator, being a leader amongst men, checking off all the details, knowing situational football, Dennis Allen ain't got what it takes. He just don't. He could put together a good defensive plan, and he could put together a good defense for his team if he have the right people in place. But when it comes to head coach, ironing out all the details, he's not it, man. He wanted Michael. He wanted Pete Carmichael back. Pete Carmichael ain't want the job in the first place. Yet we still brought the man back, and then brought him back a whole nother season after that. After he said he didn't want the job in the first place, gave it to him still, and then brought it back to him still. Another reason for that is a lot of offensive coordinators that they wanted, they didn't want to work with Dennis Allen. So the ones they did would maybe try out, they kind of like their Pete a little bit better. So they basically just resorted to Pete because they had no other options because they first choices did just not want to work with Dennis Allen. And that's what I believe. Dennis Allen, when it comes to the defense, we can't stop the run. The Lions rushed for over 100 yards on us. Montgomery, Gibbs, they both combined for over 100 yards on us. We can't stop the run. When it comes to Dennis Allen defense, we can't stop the mobile quarterback. Luckily, Jared Goff wasn't a mobile quarterback. Even if he was, the score wouldn't have been what it was. We wouldn't be able to come back against this team. Another thing, we having a tough time stopping tight ends. We can't stop tight ends. We have no answer for them. We have no safety that can run with them. We have no linebacker that can run with them. I think Paulson and Debo could do a good job on them, but at the same time, if you do that, some wide receiver going to be open if a team has at least 3 good wide receivers. So it's like we can't stop the mobile quarterback. We can't stop the tight end. We can't stop running backs. If you can't do good on defense, Dennis Allen, at least, what good are you? He's no good. All you optimistic fans were just banging the table saying, faith, faith, hope, hope, my team, my team. You're not thinking with logic. If you seen what happened to another team that's happening with our team and took your goofy glasses off, because you have them on when it comes to our team, because you're thinking with your heart, not logic. If you seen what happened to our team happening to just a random team, like, let's just say this was happening to the Rams, you would say, oh yeah, the Rams ain't got no hope. The Rams ain't got no faith. I don't think they could win it all. They shouldn't even want to go to the playoffs. But when it happens to our team, when you have your goofy glasses on, you say, you know what? I think they could make a change. I think Dennis Allen could turn this around. I would like to see them in the playoffs. Anything can happen in the playoffs. When Tom Brady went to the Buccaneers, they had a bye week, and Tom Brady turned everything around. Derek Carr can do the same as Tom Brady. Oh, yeah. Yeah. When the Giants had Eli Manning, Eli Manning, they were sucking at the beginning, but Eli Manning changed everything around, and then they went to the Super Bowl and won it against Tom Brady. That's what you are saying. But when you're saying that, you are really coping and compensating because the fact that you have your goofy glasses on and you're not thinking with logic that this team just don't have what it takes. That's Tom Brady. You can't compare Derek Carr to Tom Brady. Tom Brady is going to get favorable flags in benefit of him that Derek Carr would never get. You see it with the Pelicans with Zion Williams. Zion don't get no type of calls that Steph Curry would get. Zion don't get no type of calls that Giannis would get. Why? Maybe because he didn't play healthy throughout all these years to develop that cachet. Will he get it? Maybe. I don't know, but hopefully he can. But at the end of the day, he's not at that point yet. The Giants, when they won, Eli Manning, he had a certain clutch gene with him that Derek Carr just don't have. Yes, Derek Carr has facilitated a lot of comebacks, but you have to think to yourself, why do they have to come back for all these games in the first place? And it's the difference between coming back in the playoffs than coming back in just a whole bunch of regular, meaningless regular season games. Well, every game is not meaningless. I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna take that back. But just in a lot of regular season games that don't have the same magnitude as a playoff game. I'm not here to convert people. I'm just here to tell people to think with your eyes and think with your logic. Look at what your eyes are telling you. Look at what your eyes are viewing and put it into perspective and think with logic. Why would you want to see this team in the playoffs knowing it'll be detrimental for Dennis Allen to A, come back, B, us lose a higher draft pick order, C, worse schedule, with the schedule being harder, facing all the division leaders. You know, all these things. You know, we're not going to get a bone thrown at us next year with us being just healthy. We're not going to get a bone thrown at us with, facing this easy schedule. And on top of the easy schedule, the schedule got even easier by all these quarterbacks getting injured. So all you optimistic fans getting on me saying I'm a fake fan, you want the team to lose and all this and all that, take your goofy glasses off and look at the big picture. Dennis Allen is not equipped to lead a team. Not only that, it's like we don't have no components to be a playoff team and go far. When you need to be a playoff team, you need things such as good coaching staff. You need things such as good quarterback play. You need things such as converting on third down. You need things such as good red zone execution. You need things such as good special teams, good punter, good kicker, A punter is an extension of the defense. A kicker is an extension of the offense. On defense, you need things such as a good run stopping defense. Back to offense, you need a good run game to run the ball on the road, to close out games when you have a lead. On defense, you need a good pass rush. On defense, you need to be able to contain the modern day mobile quarterback. Being a disciplined team, you need to not get flags and penalties in clutch situations and moments that's going to take you out of field goal range. That's going to have you in a red zone and have you not have a short field to play with when it comes to getting a first down. We don't do none of these things right. But you want this team in the playoffs, though. Yeah, maybe you can have one of these things as a weakness, maybe even two. And then you could just go ahead on and correct it or lean on your strengths to overcome it. You might not have a good run stopping defense, but you have a good quarterback, you have a good running game, and you have a good takeaway defense. You just can't really stop the run. Okay, you're just going to do whatever necessary to try to get better at stopping the run. Fine. But us, we got way too many things wrong with us to be a playoff team. But y'all want this team in the playoffs. You know why y'all want this team in the playoffs? Just to have a quote-unquote chance. Dennis Allen barely could win 3 games in a regular season. But you think he could beat 3 teams in the playoffs, let alone 4 teams in the playoffs in a row? With their good rosters and their good quarterbacks and their good coaching? Come on, man. All for Dennis Allen to get brought back just because he made the playoffs? And you want to be in the same boat, miserable again with Dennis Allen? Come on, man. Just to have that banner up saying, oh, y'all, NFC South division champs, just to hold that banner up and say, oh, well, at least we went out division and went to the playoffs. Y'all ain't even go to the playoffs. But the teams y'all making fun of that didn't go to the playoffs are going to have a higher draft pick than us, and they're going to have a chance to draft Michael Penix, or they're going to have a chance to draft Jaden Daniels. I keep telling y'all, if it wasn't for a big, heavy quarterback draft, I wouldn't worry about it as much. But since it is a big quarterback draft that's heavy, I'm worried about it because I want a new coach to pick his quarterback so he could go ahead on and get him in his regime early. We don't need to get a quarterback, be under Dennis Allen, and whoever Dennis Allen pick, and then that quarterback just squander his career. Or if Dennis Allen do get fired after that first season with that quarterback, a whole new staff come in, then that quarterback got to relearn a whole new playbook. We don't need that. We're going backwards. Jerry says, oh, well, I'm good. No, he is not, no cap. Yeah, Jerry. I'm pretty sure you're referring to Dennis Allen or Derek Carr. I'm pretty sure. No, they are not capable. They are not capable. Once again, I'm not here to convert everybody. I'm not here to convert you and say, yes, you need to be a fan to root against your team. All I'm saying is detrimental to root for them to win in order to make the playoffs and then Dennis Allen get brought back because we're not going to go nowhere in the playoffs. Trust your eyes. Go with logic. It's time to think with your head and not with your heart. How many times you put your trust into a female and she broke your heart? How many times you put your trust into a man and he broke your heart? But you knew your heart was telling you one thing, but your head was telling you another thing. Go with logic and do not go with your heart. Trust what your eyes are telling you. And your eyes are telling you, damn, Dennis Allen ain't it. Pete Carmichael ain't it. Derek Carr ain't it. Derek Carr is 11-6 when it comes to his touchdown interception ratio. And we like 12 games in, people. 12 games in. Sam Laporta, he had a field day on us. We can't stop the tight end. We can't stop the running game. Cam Jordan played non-factor. Even Zach Bond got a sack. Demario Davis played basically non-factor. Them guys were battling through injuries. I salute them. But we got to start thinking to the future, people. We got to get a quarterback. We got to get a pass rusher. We got to get a linebacker. We got to get somebody on the offensive line. May even need a tight end. I'm not giving up on Juwan Johnson just yet. I believe Juwan Johnson still got something left in the tank. And if you combine Juwan Johnson and Foster Moreau production put together as one, it'll be just about as productive as an elite tight end, even more probably if you get them the right coordinator, the right head coach, and the right quarterback. People tell me you've been a fake fan if you rooting for the Saints to lose. You being a fake fan because we don't know what another head coach is capable of. He might be just as worse as DA. There's nothing guaranteed. But with all the facts, the evidence, and documentation you have on Dennis Allen is telling you he's a failure. I'd rather take a leap of faith on somebody and have a 50-50 chance on him succeeding and failing than go with Dennis Allen, and I for sure know he's going to fail. He had everything on a silver platter for him. Went through 10 weeks relatively healthy. Damn near every team we face wasn't really healthy with playmakers out and quarterbacks out. Easiest schedule in the league. Easiest division in the league. Got his staff he wanted. Got his quarterback he wanted. And you know what? He still couldn't answer the bell. What you think gonna happen if we win a division and we go against all the teams that won a division? Wouldn't have as much injury luck as we had as far as the injury guys throwing us a bone. And teams, sure, they're going to have their starting quarterbacks and they starting wide receivers in. What you think going to happen when that happens? It is detrimental for this team to win this division. Hopefully Atlanta could keep the lead. Hopefully the Bucs could even take lead in front of us and we just be third. I don't think we're going to get that low and be behind the Panthers. So I don't think we'll be fourth. But if we could be third, that'll be good because we could have a better draft position. Dennis Allen can be fired if Mickey does the right thing. Get a new coach up in here. He bring a new staff up in here. Pete Carmichael can walk. Get a new offensive coordinator can work with whatever quarterback that we draft. Hopefully we draft a quarterback. And we go from there. Let the chips fall where they may. At the end of the day, the fans will be excited. And if the coach don't succeed, let's just say we start losing out the gate, but we fighting hard, the coach will get a little bit more grace from the fans than Dennis Allen because we already knew what Dennis Allen was before he took Phil the first time. We knew he was a loser. And on top of that, if we was to hire a new coach, we might hire somebody that'll be a first-year head coach like Sean Payton and just give a guy a chance. And when you hire a first-year head coach and give him a chance, you kind of cut him a little bit of slack. But Dennis Allen, when we hired him, he already had like 3 seasons as a head coach. Never could get it done. Once again, I'm not here to convert nobody. I'm not here to tell you should root for your team to lose like I am. All I'm saying is think with logic. Don't think with your heart. Think what your mind and your eyes are telling you. Elite Goods is in the chat. What's up, Elite Goods? Elite Goods, I see you be on a whole lot of spiritual stuff and a whole lot of woke stuff. You know, I already know what type of time you on, Elite Goods, but shouts out to you, man. Stay blessed, man. Um, yeah, man. My birthday tomorrow, and it will be no better feeling, no better gift than Dennis Allen is getting fired. And we have an interim head coach, and we just finished out the season with the interim head coach. And if if Derek Carr is injured, what the heck? Go ahead on and play Jake Haener. See what the young kid got. I love Jameis Winston. I love him. Leader, team first guy, community guy, good guy, jokester. But he not it either. Let's see what Jake Haener got. If Jake Haener started the beginning of the season, I guarantee you he would have more touchdowns than 11, in which Derek Carr had. Would he have about the same amount of picks or more? Maybe so. But at the end of the day, touchdowns could cancel out picks. Matthew Stafford, he had over 200 pick sixes. Pick sixes. I'm saying that wrong. Pick sixes. He have over 200 of them. But he make up for it by throwing a lot of touchdowns as well. So when people compare Derek Carr to Matt Stafford, and they looking at this season and they say, man, see, I told y'all he not compared to Matt Stafford. Nah, man. If Matt Stafford had Pete Carmichael, Matt Stafford would be looking bad too. If Derek Carr had Sean McVay, he will be looking way much better. But neither one of them are just elite top level quarterbacks, in my opinion. With the right head coaching, you can win with them if they surrounded by talent. And next year, we got no choice but to bring back Derek Carr. He's going to be on his team. Should he be starting? We can find out. Let's play Jake Haener, see what he got for the rest of the season. And we draft the quarterback. Jake Haener and the quarterback that we drafted, they battled it out for to be who going to be the man that can get the keys handed over to him while starting behind Derek Carr next year. Basically the same way the Titans did. They had Ryan Tannehill. They drafted Malik Willis. It didn't pan out. The very next draft, they drafted Will Levis. Now, Will Levis is the starter. Ryan Tannehill is on the bench. And they just going to move forward with Will Levis. Next season, they're going to accommodate him and just build the team around him and his strengths. Maybe they get a new offensive coordinator that could, get the most out of him. Get a quarterback whisperer, they could get the most out of him. And we'll see. But the AFC South, they're going to have a legit division for years to come. They have Will Levis. They have Trevor Lawrence. They have Anthony Richardson. And they have C.J. Stroud, which is everybody new quarterback darling. So I'm thinking they changed their division around like that. The NFC South going to do the same. And the Saints will be idiots to fall behind and say, well, you know what? We got Derek Carr while everybody else is drafting their quarterbacks. While Tampa is drafting a new quarterback. While they still got Baker Mayfield and they go resign him probably. While the Falcons is drafting a new quarterback and they probably get a new head coach. Bucks probably get a new head coach. Tampa, the Carolina Panthers, they got Bryce Young already, but they already said they're bringing in some offensive guru that could get him right. And I believe that Bryce Young has the talent to, change things around next season. As long as he have the right play caller and right head coach that believe in him. And he gonna need some better weapons around him that could get separation and block and run the ball. That's gonna be a lot of work. But if you believe in your guy, you believe in your guy. Same thing what happened to Philadelphia. It was a lot of work they had to do for Jalen Hurts. But guess what? They went out there and they went and got it. They beefed up the defense. They beefed up the offense and went and got A.J. Brown. They went and got Swift. They went and got a ton of guys. Already had a good offensive line. We don't need to fall behind, people. The future is something that we drastically need to be thinking about. As far as the coaching staff, as far as the quarterback position, as far as the O line, as far as the middle linebacker position, the safety position, pass rushing position, all that. Hopefully, Peyton Turner, he get healthy, he could show some promise at the end of the season. Hopefully, some way, somehow, Penny could show some promise because I think P had an injury. So we're gonna see what's gonna go on with that. And I'm glad that Chris Olave and Cam Jordan played because now Dennis Allen don't have an out to say, oh, well, we was injured this game. No, 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 no. You had enough players to win this game if you was a good coach. If you switch coaches with the Lions and the Saints, the coaching staff from the Lions and the coaching staff of the Saints, the Saints would have won this game. Because Ben Johnson would have got the most out of Derek Carr, Taysom Hill, Alvin Kamara, Jamal Williams, Lynn Bowden, A.T. Perry, Chris Olave, Jawan Johnson, Foster Monroe, and Jimmy Graham. Ben Johnson would have did that. You know, at the end of the day, it's about putting up points. And we can't put up points. Well, we got 28 points today, which was good, but at the end of the day, we still lost to a team that had a better coaching staff and a better roster than us. And Dennis Allen haven't beat a playoff contending roster. And if he had, it was some type of add risk. When we beat Philly last year, they didn't have Jalen Hurts. When we beat the Seahawks last year, that was just a damn good show-off game by Taysom Hill and Alvin Kamara. They just so happened was breaking some long runs back all game. You know. But I'm going to go ahead on and tell y'all, I'm not trying to convert y'all. You're not going to be a fake fan if you want the team to lose for the betterment of the team. We all might have different paths, but it's to the same destination. And that destination is the success of the team. I'm going to go ahead on and open up the phone lines just in case anybody want to speak their piece and, you know, let their voice be heard. All right. The phone line is open. I'm not sure who's in here right as of now, but I'm guessing it's Elite Goods and Jerry. If y'all want to call in, feel free. I never heard Elite Goods call in, so it'll be real interesting to see him call in. But anyway, yeah, man. I've been telling optimistic fans all this time, bro. Take the goofy glasses off. Take your fandom out of the situation and step back and get a clear eye view, get a clear bird's view, and just see this team and just know it for what it is. They're not capable of going anywhere. It's better for us to lose, get that higher draft pick. Hopefully Dennis Allen could get fired, and then we just go from there. That's all I'm saying. We can't stop the mobile quarterback. We can't stop running backs. We can't stop tight ends. On offense, we can't score in the red zone. We can't call right plays. It took us 12 weeks to get Jimmy Graham involved. I think he got like 3 targets. Out the 3 targets, 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. Where we were having trouble at the red zone. It is week 12, and we just not throwing Jimmy Graham again. Why is that? I'll tell you why that is. Because the coaches are just incompetent. Any other coach that's just have competence and knowing what he's doing, would have been having Jimmy Graham out there. Easy touchdowns. Not making this thing way harder than what it need to be. They're making it way harder than what it need to be. Calling certain plays, not taking advantage of certain matchups, not having certain guys on the field when we should have them on the field. It's all the coaching staff, people. It's all the coaching staff. And I've been saying this since last year. We need to fire Dennis Allen. I just hope and pray that he don't come back next year. And that's sad to say because it's just praying on another man downfall that is providing for his family. But at the end of the day, you got to have results. And he's not having the results. And he could still provide for his family because he's a hell of a defensive coordinator. The minute we fire him, some team with a bad defense are going to be calling Dennis Allen phone nonstop. Several teams. So I'm not mad. When one door closed, another one open. And like I say, maybe his calling card is part of the front office because the man knows how to put together a roster because the two rosters he gave us last 2 years were damn good rosters. And everybody is getting mad at Mickey Loomis. I'm not giving up on Mickey just yet. Mickey did what he was supposed to do. He gave us a good roster that could compete. He gave his head coach what he wanted and his staff, and he gave his head coach what he wanted in his quarterback. And that's the best you could do as a general manager, as far as I'm concerned. A lot of the stuff Mickey Loomis is saying right now is just lip service, just saying all that to get his, his friends' confidence, and just don't say nothing to just put him down. But at the end of the day, I would be lying to you if I'm still not nervous on Mickey Loomis just rehiring this dude. The only way we're gonna have success is when Dennis Allen is out the building, ladies and gentlemen. That's the only way. That's the only way. Next year, the best thing that can happen for us, we get us our quarterback. We beef up that O line and D line in the trenches. We get us a new head coach, and then we just see what happened from there. Will it pan out? I don't know, but I'd rather go with the unknown than the well known. And the well known is well known and well documented that Dennis Allen ain't got it. It's just miserable. It's not fun. People worry about Atlanta and the Bucks and all that, having bragging rights. I don't give a damn about that stuff. I want to be good. I'm focusing on our backyard. I'm not worried about nobody else's backyard. I'm worried about ours. When I get my backyard straight and my backyard together, then I can talk about someone else's backyard and tell them what they need to do and how they suck at their backyard. Other than that, I'm worried about my backyard. I'm trying to get my team right. I'm trying to get my team back in the win column. I'm trying to get my team back in double-digit wins, less than 5 losses, and on top of that, beating a division rival. I could care less about beating a division rival, but at the same time, not going to the playoffs. I could care less about that. I could care less about beating a division rival, going to the playoffs, but knowing I'm gonna get bounced out. I could care less about that. Winning division is not the standard for me. The standard is having a good team that could go on a long playoff run, and if the ball bounce our way, you know, we got what it takes to just take it all away and make this thing happen. Because I don't care what team you got, how good you is, with coaches or quarterback, you're gonna need a little bit of luck. And if we got a little bit of luck, we're gonna be good. But this team right here, this team don't just need luck. This team need a whole bunch of stuff. This team need a whole bunch of stuff. Luck ain't gonna get this team nowhere. You only need luck when you already a good team, a good coaching staff, and it's just certain things that you hope just bounce your way. That's what I mean by that. Like the punter or punt the ball, and it just so happened instead of it being a touchback, it bounced out at the 1 yard line. That's what I talk about when it comes to a little luck or the ball bouncing my way. That's what I'm talking about. Other than that, the team need way more than that. There's no way you could look at the Eagles, look at the 49ers, look at the Cowboys, look at the Lions and say, you know what? I think we could compete with those guys. Even the likes of Seahawks. The Seahawks. That's a damn good roster and a damn good coach team. And you know what's funny? They have Geno Smith on that team. If Derek Carr played for the Seahawks, I think he would have the same success as Geno Smith. If Geno Smith played for the Saints, he would be just as worse as Derek Carr. Because our coaching staff people. And that's what I keep telling y'all. I'm going to keep pounding that into your head. I don't care what we trot out there on that field. If we're going to be out coached, we have no chance. The only way we could beat a team is if we got a better roster and that coach just ain't all that. That's the only way. That's the only way. But if a team got a better roster and a better coach than us, or just as good as a roster and just as good as a coach or a better coach, we ain't got no chance. We ain't got no chance. You seen it when they came to the Atlanta game. We ain't got no chance. And some people might take the moral victories. Well, we got in the red zone 5 times. If we play that team 10 times, out them 5 times, we'll score more. Nah, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. The only reason we beat the Patriots because they just got a god awful roster. And on top of that, we got lucky and played them after their best pass rusher and their best cornerback got hurt. Had them dudes played, I still think we would have won the game, but it'd have been way closer than it would have been. And on offense, we ain't really just do good like that because we were just getting a whole bunch of good field position with the defense. We was getting a whole bunch of good field position with the defense. Because that's how bad Mac Jones was. Hence to why he's benched now in place of Zappy. But that go to show y'all, man. That go to show y'all, bro. Coaching really matters, bro. Coaching really matters. And on Big Q show, I think he was saying something about, well, if we cut Dennis Allen, we're gonna have to pay off a lot of money and all this and all that. Yeah, we probably do have to, but at the end of the day, I'd rather take that loss and paying all that money than bringing Dennis Allen back and going through another miserable year and have the fans mad at me, have people canceling their season tickets and all this and all that. But that's just me, though. I ain't really got much to say, people. I mean, I didn't talk about it ad nauseum right now. Like, I detached from this team. I'm not emotionally invested no more. I don't get my nerves bad. I don't get anxiety. I don't have none of that going on. My palms don't get sweaty. I don't have superstition thoughts. I don't have to change my damn briefs or my boxes and put on some black and gold ones and take off any ones that I might have that's the opposing team. I don't have none of those thoughts anymore. And that's the credit for Dennis Allen. I keep saying we didn't went from gumbo to goulash. Sean Payton is somewhere with binoculars watching the kingdom he built burn the kingdom come. But I didn't talk about everything in awesome people. All I'm saying is how you optimistic fans feel now. Do you understand what I've been saying now? Or do you still have the illusion where okay, we can change things around? And if we say that, you just as worse and delusional as Mickey Loomis. You just as delusional as Dennis Allen. Now, yeah, we lost to the Lions. We still got Atlanta, which is winnable. We still got the Giants, which is winnable. We still got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is winnable. We got like 4 more games that are winnable. And we got another game. I forgot who else we played. But at the end of the day, These games are all hard because we have Dennis Allen. So when people say, "Oh yeah, the schedule is easy," yeah, it is easy. But if some people say, "Man, there's no such thing as an easy schedule. Any given Sunday, you got to go out there and play to win. You got to go up there and show up." I'm starting to lean on that people now because just because our head coach, this is a hard schedule for Dennis Allen. Any competent coach, this will be an easy game. Thanks, Trap. So yeah, we got the Rams. So yeah, we got the Rams. We have the Giants. We have the Bucks. We have Atlanta, and we have the Panthers. So we got 5 more games. Out those 5 games, I think the Rams can beat us. I think the Bucks can beat us. I think the Falcons could beat us. We probably could beat the Giants and the Falcons. I mean, the Giants and the Panthers. So that'll put us at 7-10. 7-10, people. Do you really want to win this division at 7-10 and go in the playoffs? Do you really want to win this division at 8-9 and go in the playoffs? I don't. I got the link in the chat, Trapstar 318 if you want to call in. If nobody call in within the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna just go ahead on the end of stream because I'm just tired of talking when it comes to just talking to myself. I'm ready to bounce, conversation off somebody else, and you know, if I can't, well, I'm just tired of talking because I didn't say it. Everything I had to say when it comes to this team, when it comes to me holding this show on my own, because it's nothing else more to be said. Like I'm just sick and tired of this team. I'm sick and tired of watching this. This is not fun. This is not entertaining. As a fan, I don't get excited. I'm detached. I don't have no passion. I just need Dennis Allen out of here so all that could come back, and I have optimism and I have hope because that's all I want. I want optimism and hope, and right now I have neither one. I haven't even looked at all the other Saints podcasts between all the other podcasters and YouTubers. They all gonna sing the same song. They all gonna say the same song. You know, it's just the same thing every single week. Nothing changes. It's the same game. It's almost like we the Saints, led by Dennis Allen, going out there playing the same team every week. It's just a different score. That's the only thing changing, but it's the same outcome. We still having flags. We still can't stop the run. We still having problem with mobile quarterback containment. We still can't score in the red zone. We still it's just a lot of things. Still can't get third down success. It's just a bunch of things. It's just the same stuff. It's like Groundhog Day. That boy Carr always hurt when we're down 2 possessions. Think about this, man. Carl came in and got booed, and Taysom Hill came in and got cheered. Just think about that. Think about Michael Thomas. I'm pretty sure if some of y'all on X and Twitter, while the game going on, Mike Thomas saying, "Oh, y'all thought I was just uh shading. Nah, I see with my eyes." Talking about how A.T. Perry wide open. Michael Thomas just went full renegade and just letting Derek Carr have it. But it's ironic because he's the guy who said, "Thank you, Jesus," when we first signed Derek Carr. Sometimes people be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. Sometimes it's better just to go ahead on and water your lawn instead of thinking the grass is greener on the other side. Because I think we'd have had a better season with Jameis Winston. And that 150 million we gave him, we wouldn't have been contractually obligated to him, and we could have gave that money to another pass rusher that can help us out. We could have gave that money to another offensive lineman that could have helped us out. Another linebacker. Hell, I'll even take another punter or kicker. So it seems like Michael Thomas don't give a damn about what he's doing on the internet, on social media during the live game, and that lets me know even furthermore that Dennis Allen has no type of control over this team. Nobody has consequences or repercussions. Everybody just run amok. The Predators have just ran the asylum. Substitute teacher vibes. No control, no authority, no respect. And you can't win in this league without that. You need a good head coach, quarterback, and offensive coordinator trio marriage. And if you're offensive minded head coach, you need a good head coach and good quarterback marriage. And you need to be well respected and have control over your team. And Michael Thomas, he just went full renegade as if he like, man, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead on and let everything fly and speak my mind. I'm not gonna come back next year anyway. That's what I got out of that. And somehow haters are gonna blame J-Bo for this loss. Yeah. They'll take it any way they could get it. If Jameis Wilson have a bad game when he come in and he only threw like 5, 6, 7 passes, and it just might not be his best 5, 6, 7 passes. He didn't even have a chance to get in a rhythm. Any person who had a narrative or agenda of hating Jameis Winston, they'll take it any way they could get it. They're gonna take that. Randy Major, if you feel like calling in, feel free to hit the link and you could call in and voice your opinion because I'll be in the stream very soon. So if you want to come talk for a little minute, you're very welcome to. But yeah, man. Um, like I said, at the end of the day, they'll take it any way they could get it with Jameis Winston. Mind you, he coming in at the end of the game, damn near every time he come in, and he just got to facilitate some miraculous comeback. Now we were down 5 with he having the ball in his hand, and I think he threw like a pass to Chris Olave, and it looked like he tried to lead Chris Olave for Chris Olave to keep running, but Chris Olave just wasn't close enough for that to happen, and Chris Olave dove for the ball, and it just went right through his fingers. Me personally, could have been a better pass by Jameis, but I already know what he was anticipating. But at the end of the day, I think that Chris Olave could have caught that ball. Like when the ball's in your hands, you're supposed to catch it. So that's just how I feel about that. But I didn't want them to win the game anyway. Like I wanted them to lose, but I wanted them to lose in dominating fashion. I didn't want them to come back and show any quote unquote fight for Dennis Allen because they didn't fight for Dennis Allen. They fought for themselves. Those players are fighting for the next man next to them in that huddle. They're fighting for the next man next to them in them trenches. They're not fighting for Derek Carr. They're not fighting for Dennis Allen. I don't believe none of that. And think about this. Derek Carr got hurt 3 times out this whole season. It been 3 times where James Winston had to come in and fill in Derek Carr's shoes. Think about that. That go to show you how our offensive line is, and they go to show you how Derek Carr just hold on to the ball too long. He's not it. He's not it, man. So Randy Major, Trap Star, anybody trying to call him? Because I'm gonna go ahead on and end the stream soon, man. I'm just frustrated. I'm aggravated. You know, I told myself I'm detached or whatever, but at the same time, I'm still getting mad because it's the reason I'm getting mad is just people who still try to justify rooting for this team. You know, Derek Carr supporters, Dennis Allen supporters. You know, believe it or not, they got him out there, and that's what made me mad even more. Like, why would you root for this team to get a worse draft pick, be in the playoffs, get bounced out, and have Dennis Allen come right back here next year, and we be right in the same boat again? Why prolong misery? Why prolong, boredom, blandness? Why prolong that? It just don't make no sense to me. But I'm gonna go ahead on the inner stream right here. Next week, I think we play the Panthers. They just fired their head coach. We're gonna see what happened with that. I wouldn't be surprised if we win that game. If we win that game, we'll mess around and be 6-7, still with a losing record. But Mickey Loomis and Dennis Allen going to think that we're going in the right direction. Even this loss right here, Mickey Loomis and Dennis Allen take some type of moral victory because we're the moral victory kings. They're going to say, well, you know what? We lost the game, but I like how our guys fought. We really fought to get back in that game, and that's what I have to appreciate about those guys in the locker room, those 53 men. Like, I'm not trying to hear all that. We were down by 21 zip, man. We were down by 21 zip. Was it fight or was it prevent defense by the Lions? And that's another thing. Aaron Glenn, he knows Pete Carmichael. He knows his tendencies. You know? So it wasn't surprising that the Lions won. Dan Campbell knows Pete Carmichael tendencies. Ben Johnson, I trust Ben Johnson offense over Dennis Allen defense. And hopefully they got a good look at Ben Johnson offense full 4K view. Montgomery running. Gibbs running. Laporta going off. Golf having a decent day. So if you want Ben Johnson, this was the game they have all your evidence. You took the game that we had with Derek Carr last year where he couldn't get across the 50-yard line and you want to sign him, but you want to take a leap of faith on Ben Johnson who could fix Jawan Johnson, fix Foster Monroe, fix Alvin Kamara, Kendre Miller. We cooked their defense though. I would take Aaron Glenn as head coach quick. I would take AG as head coach quick. Who is AG, Randy Major? I'm not sure who you're referring to. AG. Yeah, I'm not sure who you're referring to. I'm guessing you're talking about Aaron Glenn. But I don't think he'll be head coach material. I don't know. Like he's a defensive guy. I don't want any defensive minded head coaches. I want a offensive minded head coach. Yeah, Aaron Glenn. Okay. Yeah, I don't want any defensive minded head coaches anymore. I want an offensive minded head coach. That would be could kill two birds with one stone. We ain't got to look for no offensive coordinator. And then with the defensive coordinator, we just get a guy who's competent. Now, I'll take Aaron Glenn to be our defensive coordinator, but why would he leave Detroit and come to New Orleans? Like, unless he's from New Orleans or he just got it just benefit him to come to New Orleans, then yeah. But other than that, I'll take, just a competent defensive coordinator. And even with Eric Glenn, he haven't been having the Lions play all that good. Like they defense let us come back like this. And on top of that, before this, uh Aiden Hutchinson, he ain't get no sack in 5 of the last 6 games, and their cornerbacks just been giving a whole bunch of yards up the wide receivers. Like, I'm good on Eric Glenn. I'm good on that. Like, all we need is a nice, decent defensive coordinator and a very good man, a very good leader of men and the head coach that is very good offensive minded, and also he could come with some plays that could be revolutionary to the game. Like I want a innovative head coach. Like I don't want a guy who just stuck in the past and just doing some old stuff. I want some stuff who could adapt to the modern offense of this era. That's what I want. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen with the Panthers. I'll probably get back on stream tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I'll definitely get on stream and do something for y'all on Tuesday. I have an interview coming up on Tuesday and maybe Wednesday. So be on the lookout for 2 good interviews. We're gonna recap this Lions game. We're gonna talk about the Saints moving forward. Hopefully, we have that breaking news in the morning with Dennis Allen getting fired or somebody getting fired, and we just have some steps of positivity in the right direction, man. But all I gotta say is, y'all, man, be safe and who that, man. Until next time, man. I'll be right back with the stream for y'all. Thanks for joining No Cap, No Filter Saints, man. I'm your host, Marty G, and I'm signing out.